truth, shame the devil. I'm on here with my organization. Uh, One of my bosses on here, Urban Roots Alliance. I call us a CVI organization. We do other things as well, so we offer other things. But I want you guys to come on in, and we're going to tell you a little bit about us tonight. And as you see on this screen right here, all right, let me put my picture up there too. I'm jealous. Let me put my picture up there. Nah, I'll put mine up there later. Not right now. We're just I like the way this looks. So people come on in. We got Mr. Shango, Urban Urban Roots Alliance. He's a director. He's a director, and we want to talk to you tonight about our program of the things that we're offering, and we're making a great impact in the area of Auburn, Gresham, and Ashburn. So hey, we're a grassroots organization. We've been around for what, about 16 months now, something like that. Yeah, and we're growing, people. We're growing. We're growing. There are employment opportunities, but you have to go. I think it's on Indigo or something, one of those to find out. But Shago, before we get started, real quick, tell us just a little bit about yourself, where you come from, and you've been around a long. I know your story. So how did you get into this CVI thing?
Yeah,
First off,
first
for
of
those
all,
go tell us what CVI mean anyway. Tell us for those that don't know.
CVI mean community. Um, the name they got for it now is community violence intervention, and it could be community violence, interruption. It could be community violence initiative, but it's on, but it's the CVI work what we doing. So it's community violence intervention. It's us intervening in our community to stop the violence on the front.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. We break it down to everyday terms for those of you that don't know. Um, Also, Shango been working, I think, doing CVI work since 2014 or something like, or probably before then, about
I've
2014.
been doing well. We always call it what it is, violence prevention. So I've been doing violence prevention work since 2010. Was blessed to be with Ceasefire. Ceasefire is what birthed me, what raised me. What got me to really make this my life. Before I was doing that, I was mentoring in the schools from 2007, which I'm still mentoring now. And so I've been doing the work. I've been started out as a violence interrupter, went to an outreach worker, was on the team of the one back then. We used to have to go around to present our program to funders to try to get more and more funding for staffing, for material, for us to be able to really implement the things that need to be implemented in our community to change it.
Okay. Now, can you give us some success stories of one when you first started off, how it was, and what's the difference between now and then? And just a prime example, just tell us how you reach some people out in the street, how you change their behavior. And matter of fact, people, we look at violence as a public health model. That's the way we look at it, as public health. And it needs a cure. We got three things that I'm going getting ahead of myself. We got three things how we try to work
Tell
with
them,
the
Martin.
CPI. Yeah, so they'll get a little. I'm showing off a little bit, y'all. Showing off a little bit because Shaka, we CVI people, we get stereotyped. You
Yeah,
know, we get
yeah,
stereotyped, and I tell people when you have a CVI organization, you don't cover the whole city. They have certain areas that they want you to work in. I heard a lady was saying one time, "Where are all the CVI workers now? Why they not downtown Chicago?" You know, I heard a lady, and I understand her concern. I understand the concern, but we have a designated area that we work out. We're designated to work in certain areas.
yeah,
Yeah, but go ahead. You can explain this.
yeah.
Tell us
I
about.
mean,
Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, the way you said it right. It's a public health. It's a disease. And it's a public health approach to the public safety of what we have to keep remembering. And at the same time, we have to look at it that we are using violence prevention methods to maintain the violence because we know it's a learned behavior that can be prevented using disease control methods. So that's why it's not the ordinary way that you would see a CVI worker out there, you know what I'm saying, disrupting, you know what I'm saying, violence on the on the forefront. And with that, we are mediators, you know.
Thank
We credible messengers. So with that, we have a message. And at least hear the message and then determine from there if the message is credible enough to change the behavior of the people that's in the community. And so we use different approaches. We use proven public health techniques. The model prevents violence through a three-pronged approach. We identify and detect, we
you. Hmm.
interrupt and intervene, and we change the norm and we change the behavior. And within doing that, we know that with that, we stop it on the forefront. And what we mean by that, we're stopping the mindset of the violence.
Hmm.
And you say what's going on now compared to what went on back then. Back then, it was more of a structure where they looked at it, psychiatrists, brothers in the community and sisters in the community that was had a say so, and so they sat down with them and they came up with it. Like we gonna be out there and we gonna use violence interrupted. Those who have been in the community, those who have already had, how can you say it? Not just rank, but they have a story. They have a reputation of being someone that people draw to, you know, because like I always tell you, leaders begot leaders. Leaders don't maintain followers. And with any structure you see messed up, it's always from the followers that think they're being leaders, but never took the time out to learn the right techniques, you know what I'm saying, to stop the violence. And so what go on now is that to me, and you know that, and you asked me that, and you put me on the front, it been watered down.
Yeah.
It been watered down. When I came in, I came from mentoring. I came from a gang structure. We'll talk about that another day. And I was
Hmm.
born and raised in it. And so when I got with the ceasefire, I thought I was doing them a favor. And when they told me I had to come in and do a 2 week training, after that training, anybody that came up with me will tell you that. That's why I stick to trainings to this day.
Hmm.
And it's that simple. I mean, because it just transformed my mind. It's just like how the word is. You don't conform to the world, you be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So it renewed me and let me know that, hey, I have to learn this technique here. I have to learn this method. It sounds on approach, identify, detect, interrupt, and intervene, and change social norm and the behavior. But change it with what?
Hmm.
But see, nowadays it's the same three prong, but it go with being curious, being convinced, and then being committed. And what I always tell you, some of those that's out here that's supposed to be credible messengers, not to be funny, but they are the ones that sometimes need to go through the process as a participant before they can help a participant.
Hmm. That's real talk. And you know,
So,
when I started in the CVI work last year, oh, it got turned down. The echo. You gotta go. You probably. You go. Okay, and I started CVI last year in June. So what happened was before I even started work, I went straight to training, a 40 hour training. And it's real serious because you have to know. And what I couldn't understand before I got into CVI, this is me talking now. And I said, well, why these different organizations don't work with the police? You know, and the brother broke it down to me. He said the difference between a CVI and the police, one is looking to arrest and one is looking to mediate and diffuse. That's what it is. So that's the difference. So, brother, we're trying to, since we're on the front line, we're trying to mediate a fight or whatever and break it up before it get to shooting and all that stuff like that. Or, so that's, I didn't know because I was uneducated about different things. And I learned that those are one of the things that I've learned in CVI. And I learned about the three pointers, what you do too. Because I mean, it's experience. I would say it's a dangerous job, but you got to be a credible messenger, and you have to engage with the people. And once the people realize that you're the police, or they say you're the police, oh, we don't want to talk to you. That's just in the CVI model, people. I'm not saying that we roll our eyes at the police when we see them. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we work with the participants one-on-one basis. That's how we work with them, and we don't include the police when we work with them. We're a totally different entity. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. So I think I am. Yeah, Mr. Shago. Hello. I don't know what happened. It's like he froze. He froze. He froze. I don't know what happened. Maybe a check in and check out. So why are
Going
you
in and
waiting? Oh, okay. That's your internet speed. I got top speed. I'm roughing. Yeah. So a little bit. Tell us about the programs that we're offering and what we do. Exactly what we do. Can you hear me? Okay. Oh. Hey, Shako, you can go in and go out. Just come back in
yeah,
and
I
go
can hear
out.
you.
Come back in if it's messing up. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, cause sometimes I do that. I want to make sure. Check my connection. So this is real, people. We're not, listen, we're trying to change someone's mind. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them to trade their gun in for some resources. That's what we're trying to do. Exactly what we do at Urban Roots. And we're growing people. We're a growing organization. We're looking to hire some people, but you got to be ready. You got to be willing to stay focused, be committed. And see, we don't just
Can you
need
hear me now,
people.
Mark?
Yeah, you now. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm listening to you. I just want to, can you hear me?
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
I was
Go ahead.
saying that we're looking for people. Now we know we're working for a paycheck, but we're looking for people that's willing and committed to change. That's what we're looking for. Exactly. When I first came to CVI, I was like, well, I'm doing the work already. I'm doing what they asked me to do already. So, in other words, they're paying me what I love to do for free. And I just help people. And that's what I do. I support people. We do a lot of things, a lot of things. We got a team that we're working hard. We're growing people. We're the new kids on the block, but we're getting things done. And with the help of Shango that came to the organization, I was there. I was one of the first people who came, and Shango taught me a whole lot. I thought I knew a lot. He had to sit me down. It's like, all right, now, Martin, let me show you this is how this goes. And I had to humble myself, and that's what I did. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. And I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning because you got years and years of experience in CVI, opposed to I don't. Now, I've been helping people. I love helping people. I appreciate helping people, but you have to be taught this work to do it right and effectively. And I believe that our organization is effective when it comes to CVI. Go ahead, Chago.
No, I mean you hit everything on the button. But one thing I will say, Martin, it's not really about all the years. And I always be listening to the Instagram, and I always listen to my guy Bo. And I remember when I went through a train at Metropolitan MPI, and Bo was teaching, and everything I love. And me myself, brother told his story and everything, but the way he taught and the things he taught. Right after the train, I went up to him, and there was a certain piece that he had, and I talked to him about it and everything. While I'm talking to this brother, man, This brother like, what's your email? So then he's saying something else. So I'm saying to myself, he like the rest of them, ain't really paying attention, then got it here tooting his own horn. Man, right when I'm talking to the brother, my phone bing. He didn't sent it to me. Then the things he be saying, like he said the other day, we don't need, he said, I'm gonna say it like this, we don't need no OGs. We need uncles, and we need those who gonna step up and step in to be the mature guys with the wisdom that these guys need. I wouldn't say that we need the young ones, Martin, to be willing and everything for us to help transform. I would say what they need is to surrender. Just surrender, because what I have seen, and me and you seen it Saturday, that we've been supporting a lot of mothers and things. And we've
Yes.
been going to a lot of these
Funerals.
home goings that been on TV, and
Mm-hmm.
those who've been speaking on it, but then they don't show up with the family and everything. And that right there give my heart, because I believe that it's folk out here that hold the dominion authority that God said that we have, and that's parents, that's pastors, that's politicians, and that's police. If you look at them four right there, if they how we was when you said back in the days, all four of them was a unit, and all four of them was somebody and something that we respected. And they did something, and they had a part for the community. And they had a part that they played to make sure the community stayed the way it was supposed to be. But right now, we got parents that don't know how to be parents.
Mm-hmm.
We got what we do is what God said do. Just look at it. We identify and detect, we interrupt and
Mm-hmm.
intervene, and we change the social norm and the behavior. If that ain't Romans 1 and 2 right there, don't conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Don't get
Yes, sir.
weary in well doing. You know what I'm saying? You'll reap in due season. Study to show yourself approved. And that's what I wanted to get at. It's not about the years. I done been around a lot of people that have came in, and because of their spirit, and because of them really having a knowing their assignment of training up the child, or training up the next generation as they shall go. That's what it's called. You take out that train up a child. No, it's train up the next generation in the way they shall go, and they shall not depart. When you talk to any of these young people, you ask them how many adults in your life is influencers to you. How many people in your life that you have a respect and an honor for, like we have for Big Mama, like we have for the uncle, like we have for the neighbor. You see what I'm saying? And when you hear that, you will hear that it's not them who dropped the ball. You get what I'm saying? It's us that ain't made the court for them. So they don't even know what to do. They don't even know which way to go. We was taught that way. Denzel said something made sense, that we know we should at least teach the kids how to put the shoes under their bed. And that way, when they go under their bed to grab their shoes, they kneeling down to God. Not kneeling down in no way a slave, but kneeling down to tell him that, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving myself over to you for this rest that's needed. And so when you look at it, like I say, we just need them to surrender in what we bring and what we do. And not to put you on the spot. When the young man spoke, and the young man was rushing for the 3 minutes, because they the ones be together. We come at the home going, and we be so deep. You know what I'm saying? It be about 100 or 200 of us men walking around. And them poor mothers and them poor grandmothers and them poor sisters and them poor baby mothers don't know what to do. And then it be the pastors that's there. Then it be, but me and you look, and I look at them friends that is broke up, that is hurt, that's going through trauma. And we say the next day, nobody gonna be there. And God says death and life in the power of the tongue. But that young man drew you out of there, because he said, hold on. He talked about how the young man that lost his life, who I mean, not lost his life, who life was taken from him. You know what I'm saying? It's a loss because that's how we should say it now. They being taken from us by you know what I'm saying? The powers to be, they being taken. So it's no loss. So when he said, give me 30 seconds, everybody looked around and we all thought he was finna rap. We thought he finna say a poem or something, didn't we? But when that boy gave that eye to the sparrow, he ran you up out of there. Your big 6 foot bub was up out of there crying.
Yeah, I was crying.
Donnell was crying. Everybody was crying. But it was a shock on the adult's face to see that this young man has a relationship, a love, and an honor for God. And
Mm-hmm.
this young man who he came to memorialize used to encourage him every time he see him as they play football. Hey, man, sing me my favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
To hear when you come there and hear that these kids have a relationship with God, who broke the relationship? Why are we hearing about this greatness and stuff of them when they have been taken from us? It's not a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's that we lost. You know what I'm saying? We lost in the same thing that we keep saying and keep doing. And when it happened, we keep saying and keep doing it the same way.
Yeah.
Everybody flew over there when that lady was on TV, on the online, who supposedly got beat up and stuff.
Right. I remember
Everybody
that.
got over there. Then everybody
Yeah.
found out that she posed this. No, the hang up hurts and habits of her and the perpetrators is still there. We supposed to heal that. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we do. We mediate that. That's what we went over there to do. We
Yeah.
mediate that. Some of these retaliations that haven't happened, that got all this news and stuff, Urban Roots, the Street Warrior team, what I love of all of you all, are the reason why when it comes to Ashburn and Auburn, and make sure it don't spill over to Inglewood and Chatham. So with everything that we do out here, we just gotta stay the course and know that guess what? This is our job.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say this: we gotta have one hand. I always say the Michael Jordan stand. You know, we're throwing both hands up. It's about us. But how about getting that stand and put that one hand up to him and have this hand right here to do what he said, and not bring nobody with you, but catapult them on up. Catapult them on up to the one that's giving you everything you need and everything that you love to have that abundant life that some of us live.
Right.
They going through trauma.
That's right. And I want to tell our listening audience some of the things we do and what we look for in employees. Um, like number one thing, you have to be a credible messenger. You know, you have to be credible. You have to be. You know, because you when you go out there, now you can't be half gang banging and selling you know what, and then to try to come and do this work. It's not that you're not fit for the work. We out here trying to change the social norms of people and help people. And that's what it's all about, people. And it can get challenging. We had some rocky places, had some people that we had to really work extra hard with in order to convince them. And what I want to say, when I started CVI, I was like, oh well, I'm doing the work, but I just thought especially when I went to training, I just knew I was gonna get all the answers right and everything. But I found out I didn't know what I thought I knew. I had to learn. Yeah, I mean, I had to learn the language. It is a language. It's a language. And one thing I learned from you is stick with the model. Stick with the model. That's number one thing. Not half. It's like a pastor. A pastor supposed to stay with the scriptures. And that's what I do. When it comes to the CVI work, I stick with the model. I stick with the model. You can't go wrong with that way. So tell us about some of what type of population that we're targeting to help.
Where we know we really actually target is really they say 16 through 30. But
Right.
when I even came in the door in 2010, my ceasefire brothers and sisters will tell you I was inside the schools. And plus, the way we came up in Inglewood, I was telling them that we started at 12, 13, 14, and stuff like that. I got some friends that then caught real serious cases and stuff around that age. And around that age, we was really, really into it and something. So the age is 16 through 30, but we don't turn nobody away. And even what you said, credible messengers. One thing about us is that we even help those and we don't judge them. We
Hmm.
just show them and we just put it both on the table. What you doing now to use to survive and everything. And we don't take that away, but we got this too. And so you can't, sometimes you can't juggle both. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so whenever you got one foot in, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really help a person get that one foot out. And if that one foot is out, then right there, that's where they caught in the convince. Remember what I said about being curious, convinced, and committed. That's the three prong the way we grew up with it. Identify, detect, interrupt, intervene, and change the social norm. Everybody is curious because we all are struggling, especially if you're in Chicago. I'm sorry. We're struggling every day.
And,
And then when want a job and stuff like that, you go on job things or something like, a great, awesome street warrior like you yourself, Martin, or the rest of the street team, Donnell and them, and Chris and them, and now you trying to convince this person of
hmm
what you got is gonna better their lives. You know what I'm saying? Gonna make them strong, gonna make them wiser. But now you gotta stay in that convince until you will know when they committed. But what we do is we go from the curious and put the convinced and committed together, if that makes sense. And so now we're putting pressure on these people who we just came to now. And so you all have certain assignments that you must do every month. So if they don't line up with them assignments, now you ready to kick them to the curb. Or now you getting on them on this and that. Or you bombarding with a gang of resources and everything. When no, it poses a state the way it is. That's why we sit down with them. We make a risk reduction plan. They make it. All we do is go with what they're doing. We do motivating interviewing. We do, you know what I'm saying, open-ended question, affirmation, reflective listening. And then we summarize. Okay, what are we just done here? And then we don't hold them to that. We don't hold them to that. That's just something that we hold to always strengthen and build that relationship. We know now what to always come in with, if that makes sense. You get what I'm
hmm
saying? Like we already know. We don't need to come up with nothing else. If they don't answer, was you downtown at the thing and all that? We don't do none of that. We stay on that script right there because we want to take them from high, to moderate to low risk. You see what I'm saying? And so
Right.
many people want to take them from high and they bring up all the thing that's inside the low, you know, and not realizing that your job is to get them to moderate. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You how we say it is that you know what I'm saying, you over deliver and you under promise. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. Like you don't do any of that thing. You find out things like today when we was dealing with that young man. And Danielle was filling his thing out. And Danielle was like, you ain't got this, that. I said, well, okay, put that on there. The young man looked at me with some happiness, like, okay, that's what's up. Instead of saying, you ain't got this and that, you ain't, no, we don't do that. You asked him for it. He said he don't have it. Let's put that on there because that is one of the services that we offer. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Then we coming up with other things, different ways. We always want to shove them in something. No, let's build a relationship.
That's it. And let me say something. What I do too, I'm an outreach person as well, and I try to build a relationship with the participants. Let them know that I really care about and I want to see them do well. But sometimes it takes time to build a relationship. I call them up, I check on them, I ask them to come by the office, come and see, come and talk to me, see, see where their heads at, because some people don't gravitate you one or two or three times. It may take the fifth or sixth or seventh, eighth time for them to really get used to you, but you gotta have patience and work with people,
Yes.
work with people, and that's what I try to do, Shango, when I work with people. And now we got a brand new program that's coming up, and I want to tell the parents about it because the summer is here. The summer is here,
Mm.
and and it's rough already, people. And we got to keep our young people busy and focused. We got to keep them focused because there's so many distractions that's out here, and we don't want our young people. I got a young teenager. Don't want her to get distracted out here. I appreciate CVI programs that's reaching out, that got wraparound services, and trying to help people. And you yourself, you're a mentor, you're a coach, you're a yoga teacher. I don't know how you say. I might say that wrong, but you do
No, you
yoga.
ain't say it wrong. You ain't say it wrong.
Okay, yeah. And so you into a lot of things that's helping the community. But see, these are the things that you don't see on the news. The news not going to show you this part. All they're going to show you is the killings. That's all they're going to show you. They don't show you the part when we mediate people from stop shooting each other, or they don't show that part. So CVI people are very important to the community. And I say, brothers, and you told me this, I never call the police on a brother. I don't do that. All I ask a brother is turn yourself in. That's all I can do. That's as far as I can go. I can't call the police on you. I'm trying to keep you from doing violence. Don't want you to go there shooting your brother or robbing this person. We want you to put your guns down. And those of you that's not only gun carriers, I want to help you too as well, because you live in these high crime areas. You need our services too as well. Well, how many locations we got? 3, right?
We have really four. We're
Really,
working
4.
on another one, and that's what I wanted
Right.
to say. I wanted to just use this time to really toot URA horn, Urban Roots. You know,
Shout out to our CEO, Lena.
yeah, the
Ashley
CEO, Ashelina Moore, Operation
Crystal.
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 Dennis. Donnell, Jenny.
Jenny. Yeah.
Our case managers.
Hallelujah.
Each one of them. The street team again, like I say, the work that we do is just the right programming that we have in place. It's like a one-stop shop for us. Like the things what you need and stuff. Like we finna have a resume training class. We finna have a class where we teaching and showing people different things. We coming into gardening and entrepreneurship. Teaching them and showing them how to not only start a business, but how to have a business plan. And what is a business plan? And our focus groups that we've been having. You could speak on the group that you had the other day, that it was about the young people, and it was about our man. We had, I need to stop and say is our youth council board that we have.
Yeah.
Our
You.
junior warriors that we have.
Yes.
When the CEO, when boss lady came to me about that, about it, and I was seeing and I was telling her that this is something that I really truly wish that we would have had back in the violence interrupter,
Hmm.
some junior interrupter. But I say it again, violence interrupter and ceasefire laid the groundwork, laid the foundation. And it's a blessing to see so many of them brothers and so many of them sisters and so many other networks with this. So, like
Yes.
I say, if we would have had junior warriors and a youth council board, the way that we got in Urban Roots, man, the work and the stuff that we would have been able to do would have been on another level, because it's a learning. It's an iron sharpen iron, with the lingo they got, the way that they communicate, and we must know that, and we must really thank God that they allow us to come in that space to
Yes.
tell us the things of how they get along. Like with us, when we did, man, look, we hold meetings. We had gang meetings. Didn't know adults know about no gang meetings. You know what I'm saying? And with them, they have a way of networking together where they can show up in one place. And if you really check it, the zip codes are a variety of them. You know what I'm saying? Where they come from the 606 to the 604, you know? And so with that, you know what I'm saying, that urban roots, with the hustler high the way that was, with the tag along with what we got as, you know, street warriors and junior warriors, the way we implemented and came up with our own curriculum, because you know, and you know, the CEO allowed us to do that, because the 40 hours is great. 40-hour training with the ones I've
Yeah.
been through, it's great. But at the same time, it's just like going to get your driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
You get your driver's license, but once you leave there, you got to learn how to, you know, work an automatic. You got to learn how to work a stick shift. You got to learn how to get on the expressway. There's so much that you got to learn and do. And that's why the training that, you know, she have allowed me to create, and you all have teamed up with me to create it, is it's just mind blowing the way we have took the street warrior, the canvassing, and have really took that to a whole nother level. You get what I'm saying? It makes sense. And now we want to not only implement it in our own program, we want to show and teach others how to implement it in theirs.
I want to stop you, Mr. Shango. Tell them also about what we do. If anyone that happened to be a victim of gunshot violence in the area of Auburn, Gresham, Ashburn, we have victim services that we can help you with some resources. We definitely can do that. So you know, if a loved one got shot within the last 2 years, that's living, that's alive, still alive, or your car got shot up or anything, and you can reach out to us, and we can help you get resources. That's one of the things that we do for the community. You don't hear people talking about that. Then we also have a way of when people do get killed, fatally shot and killed. Uh, there are resources out there that pay for the funeral and give you different. Shango, you real better than me on that. You can say that. Tell us more about it, just a little bit briefly.
Uh yeah. To piggyback off mine, first off, we, you know, we can't do nothing but refer you to
That's right.
a mechanic shop if your car gets shot up. First of all, we don't take care of none of that.
Thank you.
Second of all, in Ashburn and Auburn, they allowed us to have certain funds that we can, you know, help people with that have been victimized,
Mm,
but it's only with shootings.
right.
And when it comes to a homicide, we have to team up, or we have to get up with some more, you know, network with other agencies, and they have different programs and different ways of blessing the families. But in Ashburn and Auburn, if a person has been shot, and it was from July, it was from 2 years, but it's from last year July, Martin. It's
Okay,
from
that's
last year's July to push forward that we can see about helping them and assisting them with assistance, far
mm,
as with funds, far as with essentials, far as things that they need at home, rent. If automobile have been shot up and they have been victimized, you know, and been shot, then we can aid and assist them on that too. And so we are looking into other funding and other programs that we know that we could just go ahead and just refer them on over who specialize in that. And that way they can get all the services that they need. And that way we ain't got to be the one that, you know, in the middle, in the bridge.
mm. Also, we have groups. I think we just started that back up. I think every Thursday. Let me see if I can pull it up. I should have put it on the screen. Every Thursday, we're gonna have like groups that come in, people, young people to come in, and people to talk to. Let me pull that up. I think Ashlene put that up in the group chat. So, and we want to give a shout out to our CEO, Ashlena Moore, to her husband Dennis, also to Crystal, the operation manager, Shango as well, all the case managers, Colleen, all the street warriors, Donnell, Austin, Dion, Marcos, Chris, Brother Thomas. Don't want to miss nobody. What's the other new brother name? to
Brother Jerome. Can't
yeah,
miss Brother
Jerome. Yeah,
Jerome.
yeah. I want to like because when you get shouting out names, you get in
Yeah.
trouble. Get in trouble. But listen, people, we work with some amazing people. We all have our strengths. We all have our strengths. All of us don't have the same thing, but we work together. We work together because when we go out in these streets, we go canvas doing our shootings and stuff like that. We pass out some flyers, give information, try to help the victims, and that's what we do. We're concerned, people. We're concerned. And we only work in two areas, so we don't work downtown, people. We don't work up north side. We just work in these two areas that we've been designated to work in, and we try to do that well, people. Do that well. So I'm gonna make an announcement. Go
Well,
ahead, Shango. You
I
want
don't
to talk?
think. Yeah, I
Go
don't
ahead.
think we try to do it well. I think we
Yeah,
rarely, does it well. And
right.
yeah, like you said, we have a lot of programs and things up. And one is my yoga program that I'm gonna start back doing. And I've been doing yoga in the elementary school with the kids and everything. But these last past 2 years of me going through a lot of things that was detrimental to my heart, of me losing my parents, losing my one of my closest, dearest closest, like God brother to me, committed suicide and things. I never knew that the yoga and the things what I was doing, trying to serve others and make a living off of it, it was something that really was therapeutic to me. So I got 8 more days. I've been meditating for 2 years. So I've been seeing the way the world been going, seeing the way our city been going, and so I've been doing a little bit out there here and there. And now a lot of people have been like, "Hey, it's time for you to really execute that yoga and stuff." And I just believe that this was a time that I needed for rest, and at the same time get more stronger, wiser, and better in the way doing it. So one of them is the yoga that we're gonna have. And yes, we're gonna have it for Auburn and Ashburn, and we're gonna have it for the participants. But I'm also gonna start doing it with the community, doing it online, showing the yoga anatomy of how it really helps with the things what people going through. So, the yoga is what I'm excited for. Like I say, the violence prevention, the violence street warriors that I'm excited about. And yeah, again, not only shouts out to our CEO, but really shouts out to Urban Roots.
Right.
You know.
I put it on the screen. The Auburn Gresham Honesty. Join us for the free drop-in sessions. Come chat. Your stories are safe here. This is our group that we have in Thursday, April the 2nd at 2 to 4 p.m., 8109 South Ashland. And the contact person is on there on the screen right there. So you can screenshot that, people, and put that up there. Also, I'm going to put up your yoga thing. And so I don't know how soon did you get started with your yoga? With
Martin, yeah, yeah. Before you put that up, that one that
what?
you just put up, I want to
Yeah.
speak on that about that's us partnering with Metropolitan,
Okay. Let me
and
put
that's
it back up.
Metropolitan that's gonna be the one that really like leading and stuff. And
Okay.
I love the concept. I love the format. I love the way it's going to be. You look at it, Arm Gresham, honesty. It's not for the community to come together and just bash. It's for the community to come together and for us to really clash all of the great, ideas and things that how we want to see being birthed in this community and stuff. So I really am a person that want us to really put that word out in this Thursday 2 to 4. And we really want to show, like I said, we got to speak on it that you all have invited others from other communities who have been
Yes.
coming to our sessions and been going back, taking ideas and things so they could build up the way that we're doing that urban roots. Another one, the thing you went to Saturday out west, the sister that's doing great work, and for her
Mm-hmm.
to give an award to Urban Roots and tell how if it wasn't for Urban Roots, she wouldn't be doing the things what she doing. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's leadership. Leaders begot leaders, and that's what I love about us at Urban Roots. We don't maintain followers. Leaders begot leaders, And that's right there is what this here is for. It's not, it's us. Everything we're doing, we're just hosting it. Everything we're doing, we're just opening up the way we're supposed to. And so I really want people to really get the word out, and I really want people to really start coming and really seeing, you know, what we doing and seeing what they could do. You know.
Cool. Let's talk a little bit about your yoga real quick. Let's go back on, get back on that, and I'm gonna put that back up on the screen, and right there. Let me make it larger so they can see it. Okay, I got it on the screen. This is my brother Shango right here, people, and he's going to be giving. Actually, it's free yoga, right? Free yoga, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah, yeah.
wow.
This one here, yeah. This right here is free, and like I say, it needs to be free because, like I say, me, I'm an international yoga teacher, so I'm not national. And plus, I learned Kundalini yoga, which is the mother of yoga. So mine deal with the breathing, it deal with the spine, it deal with conscious communication, it deal with the like, and so with everything that you may hear people talk about, I had to go through the classes for over 10 years. And I have one more class to do, and I'll be at my 500. And to be that
Mm,
500, you know what I'm saying? International yoga teacher, to be a luminary, to have an award winning, documentary about the yoga and everything, a short film that I got that then came out. Um, it's all about, the gift that God has gave me. And so, like when you said earlier, me doing yoga, me doing fundamental basketball, me doing mentoring, me doing the teaching and stuff that I'm doing, it's not busy. It's life. I love it. And that's why I
mm-hmm,
tell people, I'm serious. I study to show myself a workman for God. I don't need to be ashamed of it. So
mm-hmm,
everything I do, it's about building his kingdom. You get what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? I'm not nowhere, and I pray and I, for religious people, but I'm nowhere religion. You know what I'm saying? I have a straight relationship with God, and I learned so much through it through my yoga. And
mm-hmm,
just to tell you real quick, I was a Sunday school teacher, and they made a mistake because, like I said, if I had to do it all over again, I'd come up the same way I did with the brothers and stuff I got. But anyway, it was told that I couldn't practice yoga and I couldn't teach, and I had to give up one arm. And so by me being, grown up in the church, family and everything, you already know which way I was gonna go. But it was just something about when I would go up north to my teachers and them, Shiva and Shabakar and them, Spirit Rising Yoga. It was different. And so real quick that day, I was gonna come in, do the yoga that weekend, Martin, and I was gonna leave. And I had to come every 2 weeks, and I was gonna make up something. You know how we is, a white
mm-hmm.
lie. I can't come. I know because
Right.
I just couldn't tell these people that I'm not gonna do yoga no more because somebody else told me that it's not from God. But that day when I came in, I was just like this and everything. My yoga teacher asked me 3 times. There's something about that three, ain't it? And at lunch, he wouldn't let me leave. And he looked me in my eyes like this and he said, talk to me. And I told him. And when we came back, he had me sit in front of the screen. He changed up the whole class. And he played something about his teacher talking about Jesus.
Mm-hmm,
To end the story, I went back and let them know I thank y'all, but I no longer can teach Sunday school.
mm-hmm,
And now, when I tell you I teaches the kingdom to over so many people a day, you know that a week, a month, I can't even count. And with the yoga, I help so many kids and so many people with their lives and things like that. I had a little girl was in the house with her daddy, and her daddy was snapping and acting up. And she said, Daddy, come do this what my yoga teacher told me so you can calm down. And he done it. And he was playing with his her mother. And he said, Girl, where you get that from? And she said, My teacher, Mr. Shango. And the brother said, Who? And when she described me, He couldn't believe it. We had been enemies for years. We had been going at each other for years. The next day, he walked his daughter up to the school just so he could see me, seen me and thank me and everything and all that. And ever since then, I've been a vital person in his life.
Mhm.
So that yoga is what people need to have something that's theirs. And the way I teach the yoga, it's yours. It's not that LA Fitness. It's not that this. It's not none of that. It's on the way that you can go. Now I can do all of it, but it's the way you go. But I really stick on the meditation. I have went through the 21 stages of meditation, and any meditator or anybody in clinical will tell you that that's something that's deep. You see what I'm saying? And so that 21 stage of meditation, all them 21 stages I went through to end it is what people going through now. So it's time for me to really, you said it, you got me doing it. That's why you standing there. A lot of more people said it. It's time for that light to come out so they can, I ain't gonna say live my life, but really live the life the way God said live it, that abundant life. And you be around me every day.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. This is me every day.
Every
And
day.
it wouldn't be me if it wasn't me trusting in the Lord with all my heart and leaning not to my own understanding. Acknowledge him in all, acknowledging him in all my way, and he direct my path. And I ended with my big brother Otis told me that my gift would make room for me and put me in front of important men. I look for important men that all my life until I started really doing this work and stuff and learning that these young ones, these how can I say it? What I call them, they these young kings and queens that we have out here.
I'm glad you used that term.
And
Didn't
so
know
with this,
the term. Yeah.
yeah, because with this yoga, they gonna see their true self. It bring out the self efficacy in you. It bring out the self regulation in you. It develop you, bring the foundational skills that you need up out of you that you had as from a toddler, and it brings it on the way you is now. So yeah, so I'm excited about the yoga. I'm excited about, you know, what you got going on. I'm excited about a lot of more things that's going on in Urban Roots.
Yeah.
And I love that Urban Roots is I got to keep going back to it. That's how we was at Ceasefire. We wanted to partner up with everybody. We wanted to show everybody that let's be a body. Let's be a whole body. Like we will be the arms, you be the legs I have. So
Mm-hmm.
with that yoga and stuff, it's you know, it gonna really do a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you see what it say: check in, reset, and level up.
yeah, that's it. And man, I appreciate you for coming on. We work together all the time. We've been talking about doing this for the longest. We finally did this, and for the organization, and we love the work, people. We really love the work, and we love helping people. You know, and you can reach out to us, people. Reach out to us, and we doing the work, people. I could say that I'm not on here to knock no other organization. I'm here to bring awareness to what we're doing in the community. That's what we're doing. And I want to give a shout out to our director and CEO, Ashalina Moore, her husband, all the Crystal, operational manager, Crystal Randolph. I mean, they have really elevate this company. Even you, Shango, when you came to this company, you took us to the next level with your experience and stuff like that and your teaching, and you took us to another level, and I appreciate it. And I told the CEO personally, I said I've learned a lot from that brother. Very few people can teach me, and I'm teachable, but I gotta know that you know before you can teach me. And that's the type of person I am. You know, and it's almost like this. If you ain't never been married before, I ain't gonna kind of listen to you when it comes to marriage. But if you've been married or still married, you can talk to me with some experience. Bring me somebody with some experience. Talk to me. Because I could be rough under the ears sometimes, and I'm a rough cookie sometimes, but I will listen. I will humble myself and do what's right. And that's my last words. That's my story, bro. So that's all I got to say tonight. I'm good. Anything for you?
Hey, Martin, I want to end it with this. This is one thing I taught my mentees, and yeah, man, a great affirmation. that I say. Let your mind find confidence. Let your soul have peace. Be out here to fulfill your life purpose. Live your life with the attitude of gratitude. Love yourself. Bless yourself. Heal yourself and prosper yourself. But most of all, be yourself. And that's all I got to say, my brother. URA, we here to stay.
Urban Roots Alliance. I appreciate you. Thank you, y'all. People, you already know what it is. Share the video. If you need our services, reach out. Reach out, people. That's all you gotta do is just reach out to us, and we here. We're definitely here. You already know what it is. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, people. Talk to you next time. Check us out. Check us out. Check us out. Peace out.